Okay, I'm here. Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. We're in a little bit of a different place from normal today, if you couldn't tell. We're somewhere we've actually not been in quite some time as well. We are back in the old apartment, and we are in the living room, which is a little different from normal. But yeah, welcome to the stream. We're here. Let me get the control room pulled up so I can see the chat, because unfortunately StreamYard struggles with that a little bit compared to just the actual browser or the actual live control room. Oh shoot, I just completely moved it to the other screen. So go there. Hey Pierre. Okay. Go, and then StreamYard. Go. All right, cool. Yeah, we are live. We are here. We are watching King and Queen of the Ring. We are in the old apartment, as I've said already. So we're kind of in this weird situation here where I'm on the couch because I really don't have a desk or anything here to work from, and I refuse to stream from the bedroom again. I've only got my laptop as well. As you guys can see, I finally invested in a headband to hold the mane back, because otherwise the hair goes loose. But yeah, I invested in a headband last night, and that is game changer for the long hair. There we go. Let's see. I can probably move this a little closer as well. Let's see. Yeah, so we're live. My thoughts on SummerSlam 2026 being 2 nights. Oh, cool. The StreamYard actually is picking up on chat just fine. Awesome. So I don't even have to worry about all that. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool, personally. I think it's interesting. It does worry me that means WrestleMania 2026 will be one night and will be emanating from the same location as King and Queen of the Ring. And I don't really know how I feel about that, if that's the case. But yeah. I think a 2-night SummerSlam is going to be fun. I think it's also just kind of the direction we're heading in. I think the big four are probably going to become 2 nights soon. You know, Survivor Series night 1 and night 2, WrestleMania night 1 and night 2, Rumble and SummerSlam, and who knows, maybe even Money in the Bank. I assume this is a Jade and Bianca win. I don't see them losing the titles in their first defense. It's also weird having a match on the kickoff. I'll say that here and now. Got a text, I think, from Ray, probably. Cool. 2-night Rumble could work. Yeah, you know, you have the women's main event night 1, the men's main event night 2. Or, you know, what they would probably actually do, the men's main events night 1 and the world title main events night 2. Let's see. I think we can tilt the camera a little bit better. Gotta get a little better angle on me for this. This is the same couch I did the Payback watch along for last year. And it was a little weird then, too. I don't have any of my USB extenders either, so that makes it a little more difficult to figure all this out. But we'll figure it out. I'm hopeful King and Queen of the Ring won't be a terribly long show. I mean, it's a Saudi show. Those usually go 2.5 hours-ish, so I'm hoping hoping to be out of here by 3:30 Eastern time. Specifically because I what was I going to say? I'm hoping to be out of here by 3:30 Eastern time because I got obligations at 4. I can be a little late to that, but I don't want to be too late, obviously. Got my snack with me. I got some water. There's a new shirt. Got it the other day at a thrift store. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as many of you all know, given their run ARW where they went undefeated before the end of the show. And then, of course, they got defeated in the first ARW return. But anyway, I've really been enjoying heel Candace and Indy. I think they've been doing good work. I didn't watch SmackDown last night for those curious. I mean, I watched the highlights. I know what happened. It's not like I just ignored everything from SmackDown, but I was asleep during the actual airing of SmackDown in the US. I got off work at 4:30 as I do. I went to the store to pick up a couple things for my hair because I was out of shampoo. So I picked up some shampoo, some conditioner, a brush because I only had a comb, and this headband. And then after that, I went home. I got home at about 5:30 probably. Went to bed, slept until 10:30, got on the road, got dinner at Arby's at like 11, and then drove for the next 3 hours more or less to get back here to my hometown for this party for my younger brother that I'm going to at o'clock today because he just graduated high school, and so now here I am. That's part of why Fastlane didn't air today. If Fastlane had aired at 11, it would be ending right now. But I know that for some reason there are people who would rather watch like Big E and CM Punk sit in the studio and talk about the matches that are coming up tonight than watch Universe episodes. Which I mean, to each their own, I suppose. In that regard, everyone can hear me, right? Like I'm not just blowing the mic out and stuff. I'm not too loud. I'm not too quiet. Everything should be good, I think. Okay, thanks, Pierre. Sorry, wife's out of town for the weekend and just sent me a text. There we go. I had to also sign up for a Peacock account this morning. My freeloading days on Peacock have come to an end. And by that, I mean my mom used to pay for Peacock and I used to pay for Paramount. Well, she now has Walmart Plus for free delivery and she gets free Paramount with it. So she gave me the login to Paramount and I got a Peacock account. So I still freeload, just not for Peacock. Oh, that's the only streaming service I pay for at this point is Peacock, which is fine. It's the only one I really use. Like I've got most of the streaming services through my family. I just hardly use any of them. I used Hulu when I was doing my watch through of How I Met Your Mother. And that was fun. But then I haven't really used Hulu since. Then I used Disney Plus the other day to watch an episode of What If Season 2 because I was interested. Not hooking me the same way Season 1 did, but I'll give at least a couple more episodes a shot probably. I think a lot of people, myself included, kind of have a little bit of Marvel fatigue after all these years. Like I'm kind of glad there's not been a Marvel movie in a hot minute. Like it's been 6 months since the last one at this point. So kind of glad that's the case. Of course, Deadpool Wolverine comes out in July, and I will be there opening night for that because I am so ridiculously excited for that. Because I'm very excited, especially to see Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine. My phone is going ballistic right now. My phone is going nuts. I just got a notification. Just got a bunch of notifications there for other people going live for this exact stream. Those those other guys, if you know who I mean. Yeah, the first episode I've seen, obviously, of What If Season 2 was the What If Nebula joined the Nova Corps. And it's like, yeah, it was a fine episode. I like Nebula just fine. But yeah, I've been working on... That is a fantastic tag finisher for Jade and Bianca, by the way. But yeah, anyway, yeah, no, it hasn't hit the same for me. There's still a lot of stuff I need to watch. I need to watch X-Men '97 because I know I'm going to love that. That was a fantastic finisher there from those two. But yeah, last night I got some graphics done, working on adding Los Angeles Wrestling to the roster page. Aiming to have that done tomorrow night. We'll see, though. I'm going to get back home, like back to my hometown tomorrow at about... God, I don't know what time I'm going to get to town tonight because I'm probably going to leave the party at like 6:30, 7, somewhere like that, unless I'm offered dinner. So I'm going to have to get food on my way home. And so probably going to get home at about 10:30, 11, maybe even midnight, just depending on what time I leave. And then I got to record Raw, obviously, with the Gauntlet, because that's going to be a big episode. I've got Monday off work, so that's exciting, though. Paid holiday here in the U.S. Do you see Fatu costume ready? No, I don't. I do not. I think King and Queen of the Ring will be Randy and Nia. That's my assumption. Randy will win. That'll set us up for Cody and Randy at SummerSlam. Nia will win, and will just be fantastic. And is he ever debuting? Dude, eventually, AOP were on the payroll for 18 months before they actually showed up. Just keep that in mind. It's just going to be a while, probably. Oh, yeah, Ray. It was a really fun match. There we go. But yeah, Raw is going to be fun on Monday. To give you guys a little preview real quick. The booking book has seen better days, if you couldn't tell. It's on life support at this point. Regarding Jacob Fatu, in the words of Dutch Mantel, If you slap all your changes on the plate at the same time, it looks like a dog's dinner. Exactly. Did you hear Saudi chanting CM Punk the whole time? No, I didn't. Hold on. Let me see. But yeah, the booking book has seen better days. It's essentially, I essentially say it's wearing a neck brace at this point, and I can tell the story of how this happened later. But Monday on Raw, it's going to be a premiering episode. Keep that in mind, everybody. Monday night on Raw. We're going to see Nikki Cross, Michin, Liv Morgan, and Natalya in the... I only just started watching the countdown when I went live, Zach, so I joined in right as The Way were making their entrance. But anyways, we got Nikki Cross, Michin, Liv Morgan, and Natalya in a last chance qualifier for the women. We've got Bronson Reed and the OC against Pete Dunne, Ludwig Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci in a Challengers versus Champions 6-man tag. We're going to hear from The Rock, who's going to be there via satellite to talk about his attack on LA Knight. Roxanne Perez and Bayley are going to face Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green. We're going to find out who LA Knight's replacement in the gauntlet is going to be because LA Knight was injured on Raw after the beatdown from The Rock and will not be part of the gauntlet. John Cena, Finn Balor, and Jey Uso are going to face off with Damian Priest, Kevin Owens, and Bobby Lashley. And in the main event, the gauntlet, in no particular order, this is not the entry order, we'll be seeing Johnny Gargano, Dijak, Duke Hudson, The Miz, Chad Gable, LA Knight's replacement, Grayson Waller, Dexter Lumis, AJ Styles, and Braun Strowman in the last chance gauntlet for the Elimination Chamber. So technically with Raw, you are all getting 13 matches on Monday with the gauntlet being there. So that's pretty exciting. Oh, yeah, that could be fun. Tiffany and Chelsea, I think, is going to be a fun duo to see on Raw on Monday. It's just because Tiffany is getting the face-to-face with AJ at the Chamber. And so Chelsea, Bayley, and Roxanne are just three of the talking points of the Chamber. Obviously, the other people in the Chamber, Charlotte and... I know who the other person in the Chamber is. I'm just brain farting. Candice LeRae. They spent a month getting Tama Tonga, then debuted Tonga Loa. Now they might spend a month or two getting him over. It's what they have to do when they get new Bloodline members. Exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah, you're exactly right. You cannot go a single match without grabbing those brass knucks. You're making viral memories, and I think it is time to drop that United States Championship. Feels like pay-per-view. Man, more or less. That's why it's premiere. Usually that's what premieres are, is like pay-per-view level episodes. All right, folks, we're going to play my favorite game real quick. And that game is, did they put Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa on WWE.com yet? It's now been a month since Tonga Loa showed up. It's been 2 months since Tama Tonga showed up. It's time to find out, all right? Survey says, I'm scrolling through the website right now. Bets are no. My bet is no. Nope. They still have not. They still have not. They added someone else to the roster, though, it looks like, because everyone else has been shifted down one on the roster. I'm trying to think of who that could be, though, that they would have added. Probably one of the NXT kids. They didn't have a roster thing before. Yeah, they added Izzy Dame to the roster. You're telling me they added Izzy Dame To the roster. Ray says, a part of me thinks they should go back to Crown Jewel because King and Queen of the Ring doesn't have a good ring to it. I think it's fine. Kaysen says Zilla Fatu is going to show up on NXT soon. Yeah, I could see it. I could very well see it. I think that'd be really cool. Clash of the Castles in 3 weeks, right? I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Let me double check real quick. June 15th. So yeah, it's a couple weeks away. I hope WWE 2K24 has a mod soon. You never know. Does Punk cause Drew again? Is a question. I think he tries. I think that somehow something happens that makes Punk's plan backfire. And I think the ending shot of Clash at the Castle is Drew sitting on the barricade with friends and family, holding up the world title and blowing a kiss to CM Punk before leaving through the crowd. That's what I think. But yeah, no, I hope there's more mods on 2K24 soon. I don't like that they don't count Cody's house show title defenses as defenses. Yeah, that bothers me a little bit too. I think WWE planning for an Usos reunion. Yeah, probably. Probably. All right, we're about to go on to the main show. This first 25 minutes of the live stream kind of flew by, huh? It's 1 o'clock. Now you might be wondering, how am I watching the show given I don't have my whole setup here. So what I've done, right, is I'm using my laptop, obviously. I'm using my laptop, and I've got the mic I always use here. And I've got my webcam I always use here. And I brought just all that with me. And so what I'm doing is my grandparents have a Roku in here, a Roku stick. So I am streaming my laptop onto the Roku, screencasting onto the Roku as an extended screen. So essentially the TV is a second monitor. And I have Peacock logged in on that. You think MJF shows up at Forbidden Door? I don't know. So I'll be honest, I don't really follow AEW that much anymore. I heard that he might be nearing a return soon, and if he is, cool. But I don't know. He very well could, but I don't really keep up with AEW too much anymore, so I don't know. I know a lot of people think he might show up during Anarchy in the Arena tomorrow. Which I do apologize. There won't be a watch along for Double or Nothing with me. I won't be doing a watch along tomorrow just simply because I don't want to. I simply don't want to. Jacob Watu was only one. Yeah, he will. It's just a matter of when. It's a matter of when, not if. Honestly, this is how I think King of the Ring ends. It ends with Cody holding the title. Lights go out. We see Eric Rowan, Dexter Loomis, Nikki Cross, Joe Gacy, then Bo Dallas at the top of the ramp and ends. I think you're pretty accurate there, Brantley. I think you've pretty much got it bang on the money there. I think it does end. Weatherman Cole is back. I think it does end with Cody holding the belt up and the Wyatt Six appearing, and then lights out, show over. See Hangman returning to cause Team AEW and Anarchy in the Arena. Yeah, very possible. But yeah, unfortunately, I do think it's a Randy win tonight, just because. Unfortunately, the scenario of Gunther challenging for the world title at SummerSlam on Raw doesn't line up as well as I would like it to. Because it's heel across the way. I think the Wyatt family should have. Yeah, probably. It's also kind of nice having a little more of a. It's nice having a little more of a relaxed stream here today. Because I'm not at my big computer setup, so I'm going to be able to just kind of sit back, watch the show, and enjoy. I'm not going to have the temptation to keep my hands busy and be working on stuff. The most I might do is grab this and write some things down that I have ideas for. But if you guys aren't in the Discord, which there's a link, there's not a link down below, actually. I feel like Gunther should win Money in the Bank, then he cash in. Money in the Bank just doesn't fit Gunther to me. It just doesn't fit him, in my opinion. But that's just me. But anyway, if you guys aren't in the Discord, there's a link to join it on almost every video, just not in the description of this one, simply because, I didn't put our normal description on this. But I announced that LSWF and ARW are coming back starting this week. Not this upcoming weekend, so not today or tomorrow, but next Saturday or Sunday, depending, because we have Elimination Chamber next weekend. But yeah, next weekend, LSWF Reality Check is going to air. It's going to be the return of LSWF, which is going to be really exciting. And LSWF, LAW, and ARW are going to exist on the Zander LS11 channel. You're not going to get all three in a week unless I just have a really good week where I just decide to crank out an episode of all three in 1 week. That's probably never going to happen. You'll get one a week usually, one of those three a week, maybe two on a good week. Maybe two in a good week, especially once Ray takes over SmackDown, because then I don't have to do as much in a week. That takes a major thing off of me. And like LAW, that LAW episode, for those wondering, it was a 45-minute episode. It took me 90 minutes to record roughly, and that's just because I took a break in the middle of it to have dinner. And then editing took me next to no time, especially now that like I've got that mod that lets me that unlocks a bunch of extra theme songs. Zach says it was weird to see wrestling on the other channel. Again, I'm saying because I'm an emoji fan. Yeah, of course, the Zander LS11 channel was the original home of Universe many, many years ago. The original Universe, where literally you could name a belt and I could tell it, like a WWE belt, obviously, because I wasn't doing any other promotions at the time, because AEW didn't even exist. But you name a belt from 2014 to 2018, and I can tell you the history of it start to finish on that channel. That's just how my brain works. But yeah, so LAW, LSWF, ARW are going to start airing there just to keep them off of this channel, to keep things a little more clean. I'm also going to be bringing more content to Zander LS11. I'm thinking of doing a little bit of renaming and rebranding on channels here soon, as we're kicking off with Becky and Liv, it would seem. I feel like Liv probably wins it. I would rather Becky win, but I feel like it's probably a Liv victory. I do like Becky's gear tonight, though. Like, just the kind of suit she's got going on. Do love me some Becky Lynch, as we all know. My first wrestling love. But yeah, I'm eventually going to start bringing more content back to Zander LS11. I think the idea right now is Sanctuary is going to become Zander Live. It's just what it's going to be called. Or LS11 Live or something. Because we really are just kind of trying to brand ourselves, use the LS11 branding as much as we can. And I'll talk with Ray a little more about it, because obviously we got LS11 Universe is our Universe channel. And I'm Zander LS11, but you know, we've got all the other LS11 stuff that we've talked about before. LS11 Wrestling Federation, for example. So I'll talk with Ray about it some, probably in private more. But, you know, we've talked about it, and like, and so either Sanctuary is either just going to become Zander Live or LS11 Live, and that'll be where I do like my gaming streams. And then Zander LS11 is going to go back to its roots of just being where I upload gaming stuff. I could see Finn, LA, or possibly Mello winning Money in the Bank. I feel like Becky retains. They run it back at Clash with Liv winning with Dirty Dom's help because Clash of the Castle is where Dirty Dom was born. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. God dang it. Liv's got the Britney Spears gear on again. How can I be mad at her with that? She's got the oops, I did it again gear on. That's the one nice thing you'll hear me say about Liv today is that I really like the Britney Spears gear. Although I will tell you guys, really exciting thing is the next episode of LAW is going to be a special episode of LAW when it airs. It's going to be a one-night tournament to decide who Carnold's challenger for the LAW title is going to be. You shocked that Dom's over shaming? No, I had a feeling it was going to work. That's why we put the briefcase on him, because we had a feeling it would work. And it's worked pretty well, I would say. I like to think Dom as champion's been one of our bigger success stories after all this time of like thinking, oh, it's never going to work. But it's worked out pretty well. I'm really excited for how people are going to like Dom versus Randy tomorrow. I mean, you know, it really does feel like, you know, I've talked about it before. But anyway, yeah, no. Hey, Brandon. But yeah, no. So the next LAW episode is going to be really exciting. It's going to be a one-night tournament to determine Carnold's next challenger. So all 8 guys I announced the other day, which was Heath, Maven Huffman, Casey Navarro, Adrian Nova, aka Hanzo, as well as who else was in it again? I gotta look at the list again real quick because I know it, but at the same time I don't. Yeah, Adrian Nova, Axel Henning, aka Curtis Axel, Maven Huffman, Alexander Blackstone, Casey Navarro, Heath, Blue Payne, and Blake Christian will face off in a tournament, and the winner will get Carnold at the next LAW show. And how does the Ryback factor into all that? Well, you'll just have to wait and see. How would I rate the homegrown success stories of LS11? Ciampa, obviously, peak. Ciampa and Gargano, those are the homegrown guys right there. Buddy Matthews right there with them. I'd argue Rhea was homegrown. Like, when I started booking Rhea the way I did, she was just another woman on the roster. Like, in real life, she was in NXT when I brought her up in main universe. And then she got called up in the 2021 Royal Rumble, and she beat Asuka at Mania, but that was just because Charlotte was out. That was because Charlotte missed Mania in exchange for Andrade's release, more or less. But at that point, she was already women's champion in LS11, or she was about to be. She was heading for the feud with Ronda Rousey, at least. I don't remember the timeline too well at this point. But, I mean, I'd say Buddy, Rhea. I mean, I guess it's got to go like Rhea, then Buddy, Gargano, and Ciampa. Well, I might say Gargano and Ciampa just because they've both been world champions and Buddy hasn't yet. Keywords yet. I'd say Dom is towards the top 5 at least for Dom. Tiffany Stratton's up there as well, but a lot of that's more just on her amazing work in real life as well. Just trying to think of who else. Yeah, you're good. What's up?
I just talked to your mom. Let it slip that you were here.
All right, cool. Sorry, everyone had to mute the mic for a second there, having a little private conversation for a second. All right, cool. Yeah, you got to throw Alba in there too. I mean, every member of the six, really, other than maybe Raquel. I'd say, unfortunately, Raquel is like the one former member of the six that. Oh, and Lacey, obviously, but Lacey's kind of the forgotten member of the six. We just don't really talk about her that much for obvious reasons. But yeah, Alba's got to be towards the top as well. Like, I can't take any credit for any AEW guys, but like Joe Hendry might be towards the top as well. Now that I'm thinking about it, you know Joe Hendry, you know the one where like with Joe Hendry, all you got to do is hold on, I got to do this bit. Where is it? Do I even have it? All you got to do is say his name.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
And all that, I feel like he's, one of my huge successes. Oh yeah, the Joe Hendry and Mustafa Ali debate. That's going to be fun. I'm very excited for that. I had that idea recently, and once I got the idea, I knew Ray gave me the idea for who the mediator would be, and oh man, just oh man. Gargano and Ciampa are kind of the pack. Yeah, I mean, there we are. Their stories are just so intertwined. And I will say, music video is a masterpiece. Yeah, I did what I could with it. Obviously, I didn't have the time to like do what Joe actually does and like put a picture of Mustafa Ali over my face and stuff for video clips, but I did what I could. But yeah, Gargano and Ciampa really are a package deal. I will say, the only thing with Gargano and Ciampa specifically, the only thing I wish slightly that could have happened that didn't, if Drew McIntyre had not re-signed with WWE, I feel like I'm allowed to talk about this at this point. We had a backup plan if Drew didn't re-sign with WWE. And the backup plan was Ciampa would be the one to beat Cody, and he would do it at WrestleMania Season 5. Cody would still be world champion right now if Drew hadn't left, or Drew hadn't stayed. But fortunately, we found out his contract was at least through April into May, and SummerSlam was in December. So even if Drew had left, we would have 4 more months with him, where it wasn't going to be like, oh, so you just put the belt on him for him to lose it a month later. No, we put the belt on him for him to lose it 3 months later. But anyway, I still love the reaction everyone had to that moment. But yeah, the original idea was Ciampa was going to win the Rumble. And like that was a big part of like the whole story of like, yeah, Ciampa was final 3, then he was final 2. Next time he's got to win it, right? And we'll know he's final 4 this year. But yeah, it was originally going to be Ciampa Cody at WrestleMania. And WrestleMania was going to end with Daddy's home. And ultimately, that just didn't work out. It just, I wish it had. It would have been really cool, but ultimately, it just didn't work out. But either way, I think Drew winning was ultimately the best option of the 6 story. And I think it happening at SummerSlam made more sense than WrestleMania. And I have stood by that decision for the 6 months since it happened. Did less people see it? Actually, no. SummerSlam season 5 has better views than WrestleMania season 4. Had more people there live for it as well. So it worked out better in the end anyway. More people saw it. It was a bigger moment in the end. Honestly, kind of curious how the rest of Cody's reign would have been if Cody retained. I will say Drew unequivocally the right choice. So here's the thing. We didn't know. And that was our big concern. How the fuck do we get another 8 months out of this? Was our big concern. Or not 8 months, 7 months. Like, how do we get another 7 months out of it, right? Like, that's 7 more defenses. I mean, obviously, Forbidden War or Forbidden War 2, we had ideas already. We were getting that figured out, and that would have been fine. But, like, when would Dom have cashed in, right? Yeah, obviously, could have done Cody Seth 3. But even then, Seth was on the big Intercontinental. Seth is still on the big Intercontinental title run, and like the whole thing of him being undefeated for over a year and all that. I didn't want to have Seth just lose a champion versus champion match, especially because then how would you get around fighting champion all face anyone for this title, Seth Rollins? How would we get around him having the Intercontinental title there? Like, do we take it off of him earlier than planned? Do we do a funky finish? Can't just have Cody win both belts. That's really overkill at that point. Kind of why I'm glad he's not winning the U.S. title today. Kind of why I'm glad it's not title for title. But yeah, so I mean, obviously, I guess there's Seth maybe, but like, you then just run into the issue there where it's like, when would Dom have cashed in? I mean, granted, we would have still had 2 more months after WrestleMania for Dom to cash in because Blair still hasn't cashed in. Blair Davenport's had that briefcase for a minute. She's officially had the briefcase. She's coming up on being the longest briefcase holder in universe, actually. The longest is Cody. Or no, she is the longest, actually. No. LA Knight is the longest. Blair is second longest right now. But if Blair doesn't cash in this weekend, like tomorrow, then she officially becomes the longest briefcase holder. I'm now just thinking, like, in that alternate world where like Cody retains instead of Drew winning, like, what matches are there even? That's the issue. Is like, what matches would have even been left? Like, Aldis maybe. Honestly, Daddy's Home Ciampa's done it. Either next wave jump him, Dom wins, or the SmackDown Mania. Yeah. Yeah, it's a neat little fact, yeah. But yeah, no, it's just like there would have really been no one left at that point. Like, we always joked that if Cody was about to overtake Rhea's 477 days, we would have done Cody versus Rhea. But, Cody missed it by 2 days. So, but, Seth is officially Seth's officially had the Intercontinental title for a year now, so that's cool. It was cool seeing Punk winning the briefcase in the Retro Series. Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was the first time we've done a Money in the Bank match in the past as well. And it made more sense to just keep the briefcase on Punk because no need to fix something that didn't broke, right? Ciampa beats Cody, but he barely gets Old Goldie again. Yeah, and I think that probably would have been just what we did. But ultimately, we've had other ideas ultimately, so. Becky and Liv having a pretty damn good match out here right now. Or waited for Punk versus Cody. Yeah, but then we would have had to bring Punk in on SmackDown, and I've outright said I had no interest in doing CM Punk versus the Six. That was one of my big things. When Punk came back at Survivor Series, and in the weeks leading up to that possibly happening, but yeah, no, I told Ray in the weeks leading up to Survivor Series, when it was seeming more and more possible for Punk to show up, I was like, Ray, look, I'm going to tell you here and now, I have no interest in doing CM Punk versus the Six. And Ray was like, yeah, me neither. Because then it would have felt like Punk had to be the one to beat Cody, and that just doesn't make sense. And so doing the match shouldn't really fit there either at that point in time. That's not to say we'll never do Punk versus Cody. It could happen, but you never know. They are both on SmackDown now. But yeah, anyway, let's see. Honestly, the alternate timeline could see Dom and Randy being the Mania match. Oh, there's Dom. Is Dom about to help Liv? There's always retro for Punk and Cody. Well, it's not even like I didn't want to do it. Well, no, Zach, it's not even that I don't ever want to do it. It's just I don't want to do it. I didn't want to do the Six versus CM Punk. That's all there was. Like I said, that doesn't mean that I'll never have interest in doing it. We were going to do it in AEW for the title at one point. In fact, when Cody was going to be the AEW champion as a heel, and essentially the Six story, just minus the faction, Cody is just the villain of AEW was going to be the thing originally before he left and went to WWE. CM Punk was going to be the one to beat him for the belt. But yeah, no. Cody also probably having a title defense against possibly still babyface Nathan Frazier, unless him turning on Seth was always fine. Oh, he was always going to turn on Seth. Frazier and Rollins has just. I mean, I'll say it here and now. Y'all know it's coming. Frazier and Rollins at WrestleMania has always been the plan. That was pretty much the plan from the time Rollins won, or Rollins went to SmackDown. Oh, God. Dom's going to accidentally help Liv win the damn belt. Well, there's Liv with the belt. There you go. My life is going to be oh so fun. Yeah, Mello Ortiz on SmackDown. Zach says, I take back when I said Nathan was doing good and I'll break out. Cry. I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, no, I knew I'd be breaking people's hearts when I did that, and I'm very proud of that fact. I wanted nothing more than to break hearts with that heel turn, and I am so glad I did it. Yeah, anyway. All right, well, Liv's got the belt. Cool. I will say the manhandle slam into the code breaker. That was really fucking cool. That was a fucking cool counter. I like that. Nathan might still be the breakout star of the year. The Ellis11 Slammies will still be here. Don't worry. The Slammies will still be around. Ray is just going to be the one nominating stuff for AEW, obviously. But, like, Nathan very well could have, like, WWE match of the year as well with the Roman match from SmackDown a while back. But I will definitely say Becky winning the Battle Royal was the right call. Liv winning it off of Becky rather than winning it in the Battle Royal makes more sense. And, ultimately now Liv and Rhea will have the belt, which makes more sense. It just would not have meant as much for Liv to win it it would not have made as much sense or meant as much for Liv to win it in a Battle Royal, is what I'm trying to say. I'm fine with her winning it. I don't really like Liv that much. Everyone knows that, but I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. Like, kind of knew it was coming, so. But yeah, no, like, I mean, I feel like Nathan's definitely the front runner for at least WWE Breakout Star of the Year. I just wish they would have saved this for Clash because that'd be a pro Becky cred. Yeah, I can agree with that. But yeah, yeah, no, I think Nathan's a lock for men's Breakout Star of the Year in WWE. Like, I'm trying to think of who else could even possibly win Breakout this year otherwise. I mean, like, because I don't count NXT as Breakout, especially with it being firmly developmental now. NXT, we'll just have NXT Star of the Year. Now that we're not treating NXT as a third brand. Let's see. Let me look at the roster, and I'm going to give my thoughts on. Yeah, Blair, Mello. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if Dom would count or not because he's been around for a while. Is the issue? But yeah, Blair, I could see. Mello would make sense. I could maybe count Jey Uso. He just went singles for the first time this year on the series for the men's side of things. Women's side of things, we got Tiffany Stratton, who I feel like might be the lock there. Cora Jade. Rox won it last year, so she's not eligible this year. You're obviously not eligible for Breakout 2 years in a row. Let's see. Over on SmackDown, Aldis maybe could be considered Breakout Star. Mello for sure could be considered. Lexis King could be on there. I think it really just depends on if any of them, it really, Mania is 5 weeks away at this point. Jimmy Uso, yeah. I feel like Jimmy Uso is probably a lock for NXT, though, because I'm not going to do Breakout for NXT. It'll just be like, who was the star of the year for NXT more than anything. All right, IC title up next. We're moving right along through the show. We got this. We got the two tournament finals, and then the WWE title, right? So if everything keeps taking 30 minutes, that's four matches left. We'll be out of here at 3:30. Thought Breakout is for rookies. Breakout is more for people who are coming into the series or onto the show for the first time, is what it is. LA Knight won Breakout of the Year last year in actual WWE. LA Knight was the Breakout Star of the Year this year. I mean, was Breakout Star, and he's older than Aldis, I'm pretty sure, or same age as Aldis, something like that. They're both in their 30s. I know that much. But like, Jim's been fun. Him and Jacob are playing something big. Oh, just you wait. Stand and Deliver is only 5 weeks away as well. I'm really excited for that. I feel like it's probably a Sammy victory tonight. Bronson Reed's just there to take the pin. unless the Creeds help Chad win. But I think that comes after. I think that comes later. I'm going to shift how I'm sitting by about an inch here just to cover up the window a little bit. But Rude should be nervous about what the Samoan Contra is playing. They're not called the Samoan Contra. They're the Forsaken. It's the reunited Forsaken from season 4. We just haven't called them that yet for reference, but they're going to be called the Forsaken eventually. I gotta get my phone back on the charger. The Creeds and Ivy helped Chad win at Clash Money. Yeah, I feel like that's probably where they do it. Blinds on that window? No, there's not. We're just gonna have to kind of suffer. That's fine. But yeah, no. I'm just thinking through. Let me look at what the Slammies we did last year were, right? And we'll just kind of do a mock idea of who we think wins them this year. Ellis Living Slammy Awards Season 4. Okay. So the voting that we did last year, let me get on the back end of it here. We had less responses last year than we did in Season 3, but I think it was just because of how quick the turnaround was. Because like before, we've had like 40, 50 people. We only had 14 last year. And I think that was just because of the quick turnaround from WrestleMania Night 2, which we'll see how we're going to do that. We'll figure it out. Yeah, Money in the Bank would be more heat for Gable because that's in Canada, isn't it? But yeah, we had Men's Superstar of the Year in Season 4, and I believe Cody won that one, I think. Women's Star of the Year was won by Rhea Ripley. AEW Men's Star of the Year was won by Darby. AEW Women's was won by Britt. This was Season 4? This feels wrong for being Season 4. I'll have to go back and look at who I announced. Swerve won Impact's Men's Star of the Year. No, this has got to be Season 3. This has got to be Season 3 because, like, Swerve wasn't even in TNA in Season 4. Yeah, no, this has got to be Season 3 just with the wrong name. Yeah, because Gunther's called Walter on this, and he was Gunther for all of Season 4. Yeah, that's got to be Season 3. I don't know why it's called Season 4 in my Google Drive. Yeah, that all felt like very wrong for that purpose. But I don't even see the Slammies for Season 4. Because now I'm looking for like the Season 3 Slammies to see if I'm just dumb. Season 4 End of Year Awards. There it is. Okay, yeah, here we go. I found the Season 4 awards now because I called it End of Year. So, Season 4, I think we had more responses than we did with Season 3. because we got a lot bigger in season 4. Season 4 is when we cracked 1,000 subs. Yeah, there we go. We had a lot more responses here. Okay, so season 4, the awards were Men's Superstar of the Year. There we go. Yeah, it was Cody. WWE Men's was Cody. AEW Men's was Adam Cole. TNA Men's was Samoa Joe by a long shot. WWE Women's was Rhea. It was actually Rhea won by 1 vote. AEW Women's Star of the Year was Jade. TNA's was Jordan Grace. WWE Team of the Year was the Six. AEW Team of the Year was the Elite. Impact's was the Motor City Machine Guns. Oh, there was a Uncle Howdy glitch in the screen again. Match of the Year was Cody and Drew for WWE. AEW was the 4-way for the AEW title at Forbidden War Night 1 or Night 2, with Buddy versus Malachi All Out being the second choice. Match of the Year for TNA was Joe and Callahan. Rivalry was the Six versus the SmackDown team, or the Six versus Kevin Owens, essentially. AEW Rivalry of the Year was Buddy versus the House of Black. TNA was Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle. Breakout for WWE was LA Knight. Yeah. AEW was Ricky Starks. TNA was I Believe in Joe Hendry. Return of the Year for WWE was The Rock. AEW, it was CM Punk. TNA, it was Kurt Angle. Funniest moment of the year was a tie between his name should be I have a lot of friends, and Danhausen dancing his way to a title win for the digital media title. Betrayal of the year was Cody turning on Drew. Oh my God moment of the year was Kenny Omega crashing the SummerSlam press conference for the Forbidden War announcement. Upset of the year was a tie between Dominic pinning John Cena on Raw and Roxanne winning the women's title. Pay-per-view of the year was WrestleMania Night 2 for WWE, Double or Nothing for AEW, and Slammiversary for TNA. The prediction for who will be WWE's breakout star of the year in Season 5 was Blair Davenport in third place, Tiffany Stratton in second, and Solo in first. Predictions for AEW were Julia Hart in third, Will Hobbs in second, Hook in first. TNA was Alan Angels in third, Kenny King in second. He's not even there anymore. And Jacob Fatu in first. Technically not wrong. Commentator of the year was me, with box office Brady Baxter in second place. So that's what the Season 4 awards were. That makes more sense. So I'm going to predict here. All right, and you guys can tell me how accurate this sounds. You can tell me if you think I'm wrong, though. I think you guys are going to vote either Drew or... I'm going to say either Drew or Gunther, as Drew, Gunther, or Seth, one of those three. That's going to be the top 3 for Men's Superstar of the Year in WWE. AEW, I'm going to say Jay White probably wins that. TNA, Joe Hendry. WWE Female of the Year, I feel like you guys are either going to go for Roxanne, Tiffany, or maybe Alba. Maybe Jade, though. AEW Female of the Year, probably Mercedes Moné is my guess. TNA Female of the Year, I feel like Jordan Grace has probably got that on lock again. She usually does, in part because she's like the only consistent person on that roster at this point. WWE Team of the Year, I'm going to take a guess that the team that everyone's going to vote for Team of the Year will either be Judgment Day or Imperium is my guess. AEW Team of the Year, I don't know. I'm a little stuck on that one because Ray's had a lot of really good tag teams. I could see it being Golden Lovers. I don't see it being the Guns. I think people don't like them enough for that. I think they're over as heels to the point where people won't vote for them because, like, boo the Guns. I feel like maybe Golden Lovers, maybe Undisputed Age. TNA, I feel like if I put Cornell and Steiner on there as a joke, they're going to win it probably. But I won't do that for obvious reasons. Instead, I will probably say that TNA Team of the Year, I'm thinking of who had the belt. Started on Beer Money, went to Cornell and Steiner, went to ABC, then to Embassy of Air, and now it's on Limitless Danger. I could see Limitless Danger winning it. Match of the Year for WWE is a tough one because I'm not done recording for that. But if I've got to pick right now a match of the year for season 4 for WWE, I'm probably either going to say Nathan versus Roman on SmackDown from right before Night of Champions, or I'm going to say Drew and Cody at SummerSlam. AEW, I don't feel qualified enough to talk about this one. For me personally, it was the Malachi and Buddy match from Revolution. TNA, Samoa Joe and Joe Hendry probably. WWE Rivalry of the Year, I'm going to say either Drew versus Cody wins that one, or like I said, I don't think we're close. I think the season is not over yet, so I think there's a huge possibility that we get a lot more that you guys might vote for instead. But, however, I might say another thing that could win. LA Knight versus The Rock might win Rivalry of the Year for WWE. AEW, my favorite rivalry Ray has done all year. That's the thing, is I watch Ray's show, but I'm not like super tuned in, so I don't remember everything. TNA, it's probably Joe Hendry versus Samoa Joe again, because that was like my favorite feud I built. Although Ali versus Hendry could win it too, just for the music video alone. But I'm going AEW for Rivalry of the Year. Jay White, Adam Cole might be what I go with, because I really enjoyed that rivalry. Jay White, Kenny Omega is also up there, though. Breakout for WWE, I feel like it's either Nathan Frazier or Tiffany Stratton. AEW, I'd probably say Hook. I think Hook is one of Ray's best built stars. Or, what am I saying? It's going to be Juice Robinson. What the hell am I talking about? TNA, I'd say the breakout star of the year in TNA universe this year. I'm thinking through it. Could be Chris Danger. Return of the year for WWE. Probably CM Punk at Raw Day 1. AEW. I don't know. Cop out, but I don't know on this one. TNA, though, return or debut of the year. I'm going to give it to Ali in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, probably, would be what I'd say. Funniest moment of the year. I don't know, because Season 5 has been a lot more serious than Season 4. I will look at the chat in a second, by the way. I'm just looking through all of this real quick. But funniest moment of the year. I mean, the juice bar with Danhausen might be what I go with. Because I was... I recorded that and I was laughing. That might be what it might be. Betrayal of the year. Probably Aldis betrays Cody or Nathan betrays Seth would be my guess. OMG moment of the year. I don't know. I actually don't know. Upset of the year. It's another tough one. Because there's been some upsets for sure. We've had a lot of upsets. Pay-per-view of the year for WWE. Probably going to get WrestleMania again, because WrestleMania usually wins that. But my vote right now definitely goes for Survivor Series War Games. Oh, OMG moment of the year has got to be the Shield actually showing up to get like reuniting. Upset of the year, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's fine. Pay-per-view of the year, though, probably WrestleMania, but mine would go to Survivor Series or SummerSlam right now. AEW, my favorite show Ray has done so far personally. I'm not going to say Wrestle Dream because I did that one and I'm fine with that one, but I'm not like a huge fan of it because it was me doing it, so I'm a little self-conscious about it. But I think when he's got cooked up for Double or Nothing is going to be really good. But I really liked All in London. I thought that was a really good show. TNA, probably going to be Bound for Glory. Who will be breakout star of season 5? The future predictions? I don't know. And then commentator of the year usually goes to me. Let's see. Also, I think Seth could win again, no matter how it ends at Mania. Zach says Rollins Mel at SummerSlam. That'll definitely be a candidate for match of the year. Honestly, could be a Gunther and Johnny match. That as well. Punk Styles Clash at Castle. Edge is the debut of the year for AEW. Very possible. Hook, probably because he's been built really well, but it's 1,000% Juice because he's fucking hilarious. Looking forward to batshit Juice is going to be up to in season 6. Batshit insane Juice Robinson is like arguably the best thing I could have given Ray. Little did I know what I was getting into when I let Ray have Juice Robinson. Some loser. Oh my god. Juice, what's your favorite color? It's so dumb, but it's fantastic. But yeah, I don't know who people are going to predict as the season 6 breakout star. Because, for WWE at least. Because, like, I'll probably have, like, some NXT names on there. But, like, it just depends on who gets called up as part of it as well. But yeah, people predicted either Tiffany Stratton or Solo would be breakout star for season 5. I mean, I argue they're probably pretty correct on that. Solo's match with Roman at SummerSlam it wasn't SummerSlam. Over the Limit was really fun. I can't wait to see the chaos of Uso and Fatu cause. Oh yeah, that's gonna be really fun. I'm really excited for people to see that. I really hope you guys have enjoyed my run with NXT. I know I say it all the time. I hope you guys have been enjoying my run with NXT. Like, I'm never going to say I hope you like it more than Ray's because they're not really comparable. Ray was booking a third brand. I'm booking developmental. Will we ever know where Jay took Kenny in the ambulance? That is a question for Ray because I have no idea. I don't even know where he took him in the ambulance. But what I do know is Kenny and Jay at Double or Nothing is going to fucking cook, and I'm very excited for it. Also, cool little thing. I haven't posted the sneak peek of this yet, but a modder, I can't remember his name right this minute, but he's going to get credit at WrestleMania. But a modder released a WrestleMania 40 arena for 2K24 because 2K is taking way too long with it. And thanks to their efforts, I was able to alter their mod just a little bit. Ultimately, what was I going to say here? Where was I going with that? I lost my train of thought. NXT, not comparable. Got a prediction for Ospreay's challenge for Double or Nothing. Right, WrestleMania 40 arena. Got it. I'm back. We're back. We back, baby. But anyway, the canvas obviously has the Prime bottle on it. I learned how to edit textures, and so instead of a Prime bottle at WrestleMania 40 in a couple weeks, the LS11 logo, like the LS11 Universe logo, is going to be on the center of the canvas, which in part kind of protects us from anyone taking our footage, which will be nice. But yeah, there's going to be credits. Like whenever I use arena mods from here on out for their first episode, I'm going to try and remember to put like a credit in the opening for who made the arena. So there'll be like an actual during the opening pyro of WrestleMania. Because I'm going to work on trying to get an opening pyro for WrestleMania. But will the logo stay there for pay-per-views? If we use arenas that have the Prime bottle there already, yes. Otherwise, no. Oh, the Prime bottle's not here at King and Queen of the Ring. I just noticed that. But yeah, no, just for pay-per-views, it'll be there if we use a modded arena, more or less. Otherwise, nah. Not going to go through all the effort. No way. Good God. I hope Gable's okay, because like Bronson just landed on Gable's face. Good Lord, Chad. But yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to see what I'm. The big trucks is gonna eat the little trucks. Really excited for what you guys see me do with Mania. Flash Fury, I apologize. There's not been an episode in a couple days. It's just because I'm not home. I'm gonna take time and record the rest of the first round soon. Prediction for Will is Okada. Could happen. Are we about to finally get the Otis turn? Otis is going to hit Gable, isn't he? Just because Sammy's going to move. Come on, Otis. Come on, Otis. My prediction was whoever lost Okada Omega was going to face Will. Yeah, I mean, you never know. I have no idea. I might know. I don't remember if I know or not, though. All right, time for Bronson to take the pin. Yeah, that's a Sammy dub. Oh, man, Okada Omega was great. But yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to see the rest of Speed. I know that members have already seen the entire first round. I'm working on getting everything edited. I'm probably just going to take some time tomorrow and get the rest of it edited. I've got an episode ready to go. It's just a matter of like getting the episodes out is the hard part because it actually is hard to edit a match down to a minute. It really is. Like getting an episode taken down to 1 minute is actually really hard, especially when the match goes close to 5. Okada Omega could be match of the year. Yeah, maybe. Can't wait for Fastlane. Well, it'll be as a day away, so it's almost here. It didn't air today because it would have conflicted with the start time of this show, or at least the start time of the kickoff. And I know for some reason people would have been like, "I'm gonna go watch the kickoff show. I'm gonna go watch Kevin Owens and Big E sit in a studio for an hour and talk about the show instead of watching Universe." Fun match. We are averaging 30 minutes for each match to come to a close, like on the 30-minute dot. Hanzo says, just heard the news, Liv won. Yep, she did. So I'm just wondering, Xander, how possible would it be for me to return to LSWF with a lot of unfinished business LSWF? Well, Brandon, you're in the Discord. You saw I put out the announcement. All you got to do, put your character up on 2K24, LSWF, LS11 Universe. The LAW and LSWF rosters have got to fill up somehow. That's all I'll say there. I could have done both. I got Peacock on TV and watched Fastlane on my tablet and watched the live on my phone. Yeah, well, that wasn't targeted at you by any means, Zach. That was just more that I know that some people will be like, "Why are you airing this at the same time as the kickoff show?" It's like, because no one watches the kickoff show. I love Big E and I love Kevin Owens. I don't care what they've got to say about these matches. Might bring back Messiahs. Brandon, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a forewarning now. I said it in the YouTube post as well. I'm not looking for people to go, I'm going to take this WWE guy's gimmick and put myself in place. I'm not looking for characters like that. And I know people could look at me and go, well, aren't you just Triple H? It's like, no, not really. I use the sledgehammer and the pedigree. That's about it. I kind of got my own thing going on. But just to give you a heads up on that one. So if I do see people do that, I tweak the gimmick a little bit. It's like someone a couple years ago now when LSWF first started sent in a character that looked just looked like they were making Drew McIntyre from memory, roughly, is the only way I can think to put it. And I'm not calling anyone out by name here at all, by the way. I don't. That's not ever how I want to talk. I never want to do that. But they essentially sent me Drew McIntyre drawn from memory as a creative wrestler. And had the same entrance, same music, same moveset, everything else. And so we tweaked the character. Me and the creative team tweaked the character, gave him his own unique gimmick, and he got a decent little push out of it. Some people know who I'm talking about, obviously, but yeah, no. So you're all good there. Obviously there's joke characters that do stuff. Mania Del Zander is just my cousin. My cousin who looks a lot like me wearing an El Generico mask, obviously. So the hashtags LSWF and LS11 Universe, right? Yeah, at least one of them. I check both, at least one of them. If you want to put your own tags in there for your friends, that's fine. I don't mind that. Adrian or Hanzo's got Hanzo's got the NRW tag with his, but he's also got it under LSWF. So I kind of, what the hell is going on my phone here? Oh, someone is putting up a massive shit ton of mods on Patreon right now. That's what's going on. What is going on outside of my house? Hold up. Obviously, I'm not home. Let me check this. I think it's just... it's just a landscaper. We're good. Yeah, Perp Gable is fun. God. So, guys, I have a question. You guys think I need a new phone? You guys think I need to buy a new phone? I don't think that's supposed to happen. All right, Cheyenne wants to come back as well. All right, okay. Look at bringing in, LSWF currently has the women's. LSWF has the women's intercontinental title now, but the trios titles are gone. We're talking about bringing in LSWF women's tag titles if the roster keeps growing at the speed it does. Time for a new phone. Pierre says, yeah. So, you guys want to take a guess what year I got that phone in? Anyone want to take a guess? Oh, Nia versus Valkyria is coming up next. Just someone take a guess. I'll tell you if we'll play higher or lower. Hanzo, a little newer than 2015. A little newer than 2015. 2015 was the year I had my first and only iPhone, for reference. I got an iPhone 5C. It was yellow because that was my favorite color at the time. And went to high school for the first 2017. Little bit newer. Almost there, though. 2017, I was on the phone I got right after my iPhone. So I had an iPhone for about 6 months. I got it at the beginning of 2015, like probably March, April time. And then 2017 says Zach as well. Almost there. You guys are like red hot. You're almost there. But yeah, no. So I got my iPhone in 2015, had it until about August, September time-ish. September, somewhere around there. Let's go start of run. Zach's got it, 2018. I got that phone December 2018. I've had it for 6 years. There was about an 8-month period where I was using a different phone. I started using a different phone towards the beginning of 2023. But then I got on my own phone plan about 4 or 5 months after using a different phone. And had to go back to this one because this phone, that old phone I had, the other phone I had was a lot newer. It was like a brand new Google Pixel. Like it was a Google Pixel 8. Like it was brand fucking new. But it was locked to a contract with another provider. So I needed a phone that I could put my provider on because I use Mint Mobile for reference. And that was the only phone available. And so to give you guys an idea, why has Zander not gotten a new phone in 6 years? I'm not someone who needs like the newest and biggest and best phone. I don't need that. That's not me. That's not how I live my life. You know, there are people who prefer to have like the newest and best phones. I don't really use my phone enough for that. As long as I can text my friends and text my wife and make phone calls and maybe scroll Twitter or scroll Instagram, I'm fine. I don't need anything like super fancy. I liked my Pixel when I had it, but it's like $1,000 phone. And I keep forgetting to bring it with me to give it back to my uncle who loaned it to me. Yeah, this is definitely a Naya victory. I'm not an iPhone guy because in like September of 2015, when I had my first iPhone, someone bumped into me. Ray was there for this. If Ray's in the chat, he can corroborate the story. A guy runs into me from behind, knocks my phone out of my hand. It falls face first into the concrete, shatters. Take it to the store, like take it to the Apple, take it to like a repair shop. Take it to the repair shop, pay $100, get a new screen put on it. Not even 5 months later. Not even 5 months later. I get an OtterBox for Christmas for it to help keep from that happening again. I get knocked over, and something in my pocket was bent at just the right angle that it just went like that corner into my phone and shattered it through the OtterBox. And at that point, I was like, fuck it, I don't want an iPhone anymore. There's A-Town Down Under. And so then I got a Samsung Galaxy and DIY. Hell yeah, my boys. My boys. Street Profits of B-Fab. We'll love to see it. Bobby Lashley had B-Fab in his corner on Raw this week in Universe. That's pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. But anyway, so my great-granddad had me on his phone plan at the time. He's sadly no longer with us, obviously, as I've talked about many times. And so I asked him, I was like, hey, when is my phone due for an upgrade on our plan? And he was like, pretty sure like in the next couple weeks. And I was like, look, here's what happened with my iPhone. I don't want an iPhone anymore. Can I just get an Android or something? And so I get the Samsung Galaxy S7 Active, right? Yeah, S7 Active. And I beat the hell out of that thing. Hold on, camera's going fuzzy. There we go. I beat the hell out of that thing. Not on purpose. Like it fell out of my hand a few times. It fell out of my pocket. I took it to a water park twice. Like I took it to Whitewater a couple times where it got fully dunked underwater and just completely kept working. It was a waterproof phone. Like that phone was indestructible. But then, a couple years later, 2018, December 2018, my great grandmother passes. My family's trying to take expenses off of my great grandfather for what turned out to be his last year of life. And so my dad takes me and puts me on his phone plan, and I get this, and this is what I've had ever since, pretty much. And there's no way for you guys to feel it, but this phone is scorching hot right now. The port for the charger doesn't work anymore. The port for the charger doesn't work anymore. It only charges on wireless charging pads. That's the only way I can charge it. It dies fairly quickly now. I have to. It's usually almost dead by the time I go to bed, and I hardly use it. Like I text on it, and that's about it. Like I don't even play games on it anymore. I used to. I used to play Marvel Snap on it. I used to play Marvel Strike Force on it. I used to play Sonic Dash on it, and I used to play Mario Run on it. And those were and Pokemon Go. Those are pretty much the only games I've really played on my phone. And on my phones before this, I played Supercard for one. I was wondering about me with WWE mobile games. I played Supercard for a while. But the reason I have not bought a new phone, to get to the meat of the issue, why has Zander not gotten a new phone? Right? So I used to live in the apartment I'm sitting in now. This is the addition onto my grandparents' house, my mom's parents' house, as I've talked about at length. Like, I am currently sitting in the living room here. You guys can actually see back there where that big wooden box is. That's a TV stand. That is where the old Zander setup used to be. That's where I used to be whenever I was live and doing all my watch-alongs and stuff. That's where I used to be for Universe. But I moved back in August of 2023. My wife got a job. I got a job. We both moved. We moved about 150 miles from here, and that is expensive. So I didn't get a new phone. Moving is expensive. We were paying $1,000 in rent a month, which is less than what we pay now, but still we came out better for it because we were essentially living in a room this size for $1,000 a month. Just this size, like just the living room here is what I mean, is like how big where we were. And this isn't that big, all things considered. Like, we did not have a kitchen. Like, we had a sink and a microwave, pretty much, to make food with. And a single burner that was like one that you plug into the wall to use, like a hot plate. And then, obviously, so at that point, I was going to get a new phone a couple of months into moving. And then I built my whole new computer setup, which was a $1,200 build. I finally crunched the numbers for it recently. My desktop was a $1,200 build. Breaking it down by price, the casing was $80. The processor was $120. The graphics card was the most important one. That was the most expensive. The graphics card was $600. The RAM sticks were $100, and the motherboard was $120. And so it roughly came out to about $1,200. And so I didn't get a new phone then, right? Get the computer built. That's in October. October going into November. Get that done. November time, I'm finally going to get a new phone. Finally going to buy a phone in November, right? Well, I'm on my way back here for a weekend. I'm going to take a weekend here, get some stuff done. We're going to record with Ray, do that kind of stuff. That's when we were going to record SummerSlam. The radiator in my car that I had starts messing up. Have to get that fixed. Couldn't buy a phone. And then Christmas time is always expensive. So didn't buy myself a phone during Christmas time. Big Dijak for Life sign in the crowd. Love to see it. And now you might be thinking, all right, well, that's still 5 months ago. What's happened since? January, December, we move. That's expensive. We got to pay our rent. $1,500 for rent. Not just me, but across the three. So $500 each for rent. $350 per pet. So I have $350 I have to pay for Missile to come live with us. Utilities, getting all that set up, moving back and forth. So January, we really spent recuperating money from that. February, that is when my hybrid that I used to have has the computer update failure, the 12-volt battery dies, and has to have a fuse replaced, which was $800 in 1 week to get it done. Slowly rebuild that funding. It's March, April comes, and I decide I don't want the hybrid anymore because the hybrid's fucking terrifying me. Sell the hybrid, get my Santa Fe that I've got now, and you're like, all right, well, here we are. We're almost caught up. We're almost good. Is Zander going to get a new phone soon? Then my now former therapist charges me for 4 fucking sessions. And you might think, what do you mean, Zander? What do you mean by that? I mean, I was going to therapy every other week. Every other week. Every 2 weeks. $130 per session. Could handle that. I don't know if it was my therapist. I don't know if it was the system. I'm not going to call anyone out by name because I don't want to get sued for potential defamation. 4 sessions, 8 weeks worth of sessions, get put in all at once. 130 times 4, 504, 520, something like that. A little more than that. $540 one day. $540 in 1 day for 2 months worth of therapy sessions. And so that's where my money's been the last few weeks. So that sums it up. That's where my money's been. I'm doing great, by the way, for those wondering. I'm doing great. Thriving, even. Not paying for haircuts has been a big help. Just growing my hair out has been a help, at least. Because I'm not having to pay for, someone to cut my hair. I just wear a headband now. I kind of like having long hair, though. It's been fun. Getting to have long hair has just been a really cool experience. I've never really done it before. I think it looks a lot better. Zander got legally robbed. Pretty much. It's like, and I need to go to the doctor. I do. I need to go to the doctor because this knee has been messed up for like 3 months now. Like, it clicks every time I bend it. You might have heard it just pop there because it was right next to the microphone. It clicks a little bit every time I bend it. It's always in pain. Like, I'm sitting here like this, not moving the knee at all, and it feels like someone's trying to rip it in half, and it really hurts. So I need to go to a doctor and get it looked at. I don't know if I tore something, if I sprained something. Don't know if I should even be walking on it. I'm fine to walk on it right now, but holy shit, it hurts. But I can't afford to go to a doctor. I have insurance. Is the weird part. But I don't know if I can afford to go to a doctor even with insurance right now. So yeah, that's my life. That's where I'm at right now. Yeah. I hate that going to the doctor costs money too. Why does it cost money? Why does it cost money for me to have to stay healthy? So the next 2 DLC packs are useless for years. Yeah, pretty much. Like, what's next, right? Like, the Pat McAfee and Friends pack, and then one of the Legends packs, right? I know the WCW pack is coming, like, at the end of the year. Like, the Pat McAfee show pack works for one thing and one thing specifically. It lets me replace Pat's stupid co-hosts with modded characters. The worst part is, like, it's not even going to include extra entrances, really. Like, Pat might get an entrance, but that's about it. All the other guys are probably just going to use basic-ass entrances. What's the other DLC pack coming? Trust me, you don't want knee surgery. Yeah, most of my family's had knee surgery, so I feel like it's probably going to happen at some point. I'm thinking about just getting a knee brace and seeing if that helps at all. I'm 23. I don't need my knee to go out yet. All right, well. Next is the Post Malone and Friends pack. That's going to have good old Posty in it. That's got Post Malone, Sensational Sherry, Thrasher, Mosh, the Honky Tonk Man, and a Jimmy Hart manager. I mean, the Post Malone pack might help a little bit. Thrasher and Moss could be fun to have make like an LAW cameo. You know, have the Headbangers appear in LAW. They're both still alive, right? Hold on. No, I gotta Google this shit now. Oh, you want to stay healthy? That's gonna be $10,000. Yeah, pretty much. I know Headbanger, Thrash, and Moss were around for a little bit recently. Still in physical therapy and had it in April. Well, yeah, that takes a while, though. I know that because my grandmother. KO could put pose at the table for laughs. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Headbangers are still alive. We're good. Yeah, they could appear in LAW. That could be fun. But, like, you know, Sensational Sherry, could be useful for, like, retro stuff. From my ACL about 1.5 to 2 years ago, full recovery after surgery. Or it took about 1.5 to 2 years fully to recover. Damn, that sucks. I assume Naya's winning this in a second here. I do like how they built Lyra Valkyria, though. They have built her really well since her arrival. I was genuinely not expecting her to beat Io, but that was a very pleasant surprise. It'd be a very pleasant surprise to see her beat Naya, but I don't know. I just don't see it. Oh, Jesus! What a finish! That was a fantastic way to get into the Annihilator. That was fantastic. Hell yeah, crown Nia Jax as the queen. That was just a fantastic finish. So my kneecap from the patella bone, tore ACL, MCL, PCL, meniscus, and dislocated kneecap. Jesus. That was a fantastic finish. Also, I really love just that look of, oh shit, on Lyra's face when she got caught on that dive attempt. That was a really fun match. Yeah, Nia's been so much better since her return. Like, she's been very enjoyable to watch since her return. Like the match with Rhea in Australia was fantastic. Nia's just been like on another level since she got back. It's been very enjoyable. Oh, there's it's Triple H. You see her to crown Nia? She won the Queen of the Ring tournament. You know, she's the queen now. I don't know why people think I sound like Triple H. I mean, like, I don't know why people think when Triple H calls into the show, it's just me. Like, I clearly don't sound like Triple H. Hear me out. Rhea versus Liv, custody of Dom 2, special guest ref Rey Mysterio. Fuck yes! Yes! That's so good! That's so good! The crown actually looks really good this year, too. It doesn't look stupid. Hell yeah, Nia. Can I see Nia and Solos bowling? Maybe. Remember Roman broke Wood's crown? Yeah, where he just snapped the plastic crown. Good for you, Nia. With Dom being a salty boy the entire time. I'm a grown man. I can make my own decisions. That would be fantastic. Santi Zab just tweets out, "Bro, can someone check on Lyra?" Yeah, she looks like she fucking died. She sold the shit out of that. In a UFC commercial. There's only 2 matches left, right? Randy versus Gunther in the main event, right? And that's it. We're almost there. Please someone check on Lyra. It's probably going to be her versus Liv at SummerSlam. Yeah, I could see Lyra and Liv at SummerSlam. That could be fun, unless Rhea's back by then. You see Battleground 2 weeks from today. Probably not going to watch it. It's going to be real with you guys. Just probably not going to watch it. Just because I don't really keep up with modern NXT too much. I do NXT. I record NXT. I write NXT. I just don't really watch it. Lola Vice versus Shayna going to cook. Yeah, I know about that. I know what matches are happening. I don't watch it because I just don't want to. NXT low-key the best show right now. I just don't have time, you know. I kind of take Tuesdays as my own day, like as my day to Tuesdays is just kind of my day to not do wrestling related stuff if I can avoid it, because I don't have anything to do on Tuesdays other than get my episode of NXT yet. Maybe Julia shows up at the end of that. Maybe. I know she's injured right now, unfortunately. Fractured her forearm, like broke her wrist, something like that. But like it's the same way I haven't been doing watch-alongs as much lately. You know, I take a day off here and there now. And I'm starting to get better about just taking days off from doing watch-alongs.
I don't know what Dom was out there. I don't know what's going on with him, with Rhea, with Liv. I don't know. I know Rhea, Liv makes sure, Liv's Liv makes sure. All I know is that I have a rematch clause in my contract. I don't come to pitch. And on Monday, I thought I'm getting
NXT's got a great women's division, arguably the best. I knew about that. The ladder match is probably going to be fun for the ladder match for the championship for the North American title for the women's is going to be fun. Of course, Julia recently showing up in LS11 NXT. Weatherman Cole, woo! Randy and Gunther's coming up. That's gonna cook. It's probably a Randy win, just to get us to Randy and Cody. I'd love a Gunther win, but it's probably a Randy win.
If the sports media thought I was through giving the utmost expert analysis and their jobs were safe, well, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. The 2024 King of the Ring
I think WWE are really high on Julia. I believe they think she can surpass Asuka in NXT, which is a tall task. Could happen. It's no Poncho Joe, but Weatherman Cole. Poncho Joe, you gotta love it.
Jerseys from the Raptors, Carmelo Hayes retired former King Baron Corbin in the first round. Forget the King, all hail King. That was before meeting a living dynasty in Randy Orton. After dispatching
Gunther and Randy are gonna cook. Come on, Gunther. That's how I feel too, but that's probably a Randy win, man. The mellow RKO was so damn good.
The raw side of the bracket brought its own madness in search of that one shining moment. A late play into the tournament, Jey Uso ran through Finn Balor, only to find himself in the crosshairs of a Black Dragon on a hot streak.
I do like these Barrett video packages.
Ilya Dragunov came up just short in a frighteningly physical battle with the main event boots. Meanwhile, the odds-on Raw favorite Gunther chopped his competition down to size. Kofi Kingston managed to make it back with legendary Rey Mysterio, but like Sheamus before him, with no match for the ring general. Marching towards the crowd, Gunther...
Although I will say they've been doing a good story in this tournament. They've been showing Gunther targeting people's knees, and Randy's been selling a knee injury the whole time. Gunther and Randy is one of those matches that you don't realize you want it until you have the possibility to see it.
Versus one of the most decorated superstars in WWE history, Randy Orton. A match for the ages and the flag.
All right. Doesn't really line up currently, given the state of the world title, unless Finn turns on Priest. Yeah. Here we go. Is he wearing black or is he wearing blue? I'm having a hard time telling from back here. It looks like blue. Gunther wearing like darker colored coats just hits different, man. Just when he wears that bright red, it just doesn't do it for me. Yeah, it's like a navy blue. That looks good. It's good color on him. Yeah, it's like a navy blue. It's like the color of my wedding suit, actually. I believe the Judgment Day turn is coming, or split is coming. Finn's gonna snap. Yeah, probably. Probably. Yeah, we might get out of here at like 3:30. I might make it to the party like almost just perfectly on time. Gunther could rock a dark silver. I could see it, yeah. I kind of look at Gunther like Batman. He should only work in black and very, very dark gray. So, Dom and Randy tomorrow at Fastlane. It's only happened once in the history of LS11 Universe so far. Do we have a last-minute world title change on the road to WrestleMania? Is it going to happen? Only time will tell. I mean, I suppose I leave you all on this hypothetical. What sounds like a more appealing WrestleMania main event to people? What sounds more like a WrestleMania main event we do? CM Punk versus Randy Orton, CM Punk versus Dominic Mysterio. Only time shall tell. Personally, I think Dom's going to pull off the retention. He very well could. That is all I will say there. Gunther's trying not to crack a smile at this entrance. I've really grown to like Randy Orton a lot more over the years. There was a while where I just didn't like him. Love the crowds have been singing Randy's theme. Yeah, me too. But yeah, back in 2020 or not 2020, back in 2014 when I started watching. That was when I started watching. It's 2014. So 10 years ago now, I've been watching wrestling. France has started a trend for Randy, it seems. But yeah, no, back in 2014, he was doing all the evolution stuff, and he was doing the "I'm the face of WWE" stuff. He was doing all that crap. He was in the Authority and all that. Could not stand him. He got on my last nerve. 2015, he has the feud with Seth Rollins. Again, just could not stand him. Couldn't get behind him as a face. Like, I was not behind him as a face at all. I appreciated him a little more, but I didn't like him. I put a world title on him eventually. I think it was 2016 when I really started to come around on Orton a little bit more. Probably, yeah, 2016, I think. Because he went out injured in 2015. Oh, shit. Brock Lesnar name drop on commentary. But yeah, 2016, when he came back from his injury, I was a little more into him. Put a world title on him in LS 11 Universe, even. It was a transitional run, but it was to get the belt onto Bray Wyatt, essentially. But yeah, 2016, I started to appreciate him a little more. Thought it was really dumb when he won the Rumble in 2017. Was not behind him as champion at all, especially at the cost of Bray. The Viper and the Family story was fun until the ending, yeah. I'd be interested in retelling it in LS 11. I really would. Yeah, I just said that Michael Cole name dropped Brock on commentary. But yeah, no. So it was like, then his title reign and his feud with Jinder was just boring as hell. Then he feuded with he was in the Shane McMahon, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens thing. Daniel Bryan was in there too. Like Randy and Nakamura fought Sami and Kevin with Shane and Daniel both as referees or something like that. Then he beat Bobby Roode for the U.S. title just so that he could be the Grand Slam champion, which is fine, I guess. But then he lost it to fucking Jinder again. And then it was 2018 at this point. I was just kind of on him for a while, is what I'm saying. I think I finally turned around on Randy. God, I probably turned around on him when he came back. His tag run with He Who Shall Not Be Named, I actually enjoyed back when I enjoyed that individual. It should have ended with Bray swerving Randy, with Bray reuniting with Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. I agree. That is exactly how it should have ended. Bray Wyatt should have walked out of WrestleMania 33 with the belt. Jinder should not have become champion. Oh, my wife's having a good time. She's at a convention right now. That's what I'm looking at as she's sending me stuff. Trying to make sure I'm being a good husband and not just ignoring her all day when she sends me messages, because I am scarcely hearing from her right now because she's at this convention. So she's also cosplaying for the first time ever this weekend, so she's having a good time. Love to see my version of the Sami and Kevin Owens heel run. Yeah, I'm interested in doing it one day. You know, it's like I will say I'm a little sad the retro series kind of bombed the way it did. Like that no one really watched it as much as I would have liked. Like not no one watched it, but it didn't get the views I hoped it would. You know, like next to no one was watching it, which is why we brought back NXT instead. And I don't know, maybe it was just that there wasn't as much interest in the 2004 series, and that if I'd moved on to something else, people would have enjoyed it. I don't know, but like I would have loved to do like every few months change it up. But I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just kind of sticking to pay per views because of that. Because like I don't have the energy to do, and I can't. Even when Ray takes over SmackDown, I can't add another show to my plate. I can't do another like full blown universe series, right? Like the Indies and LAW, like LAW, LSWF, ARW. That's enough for me. This is something to experiment on. Yeah, it's like I really want to fill out the history books a little more, but it's also like I gotta work on like the recap story things. I gotta make more recap packages before matches. Though. That's what I need to do. I'm gonna try and do that a little better, just to essentially cover stretches of time that I don't plan on getting to, like mid card level pay per views. Part of me wants to just kind of like hit the big shows of certain years, and then just make eventually when I think I'm done with a year, make like the year blank in LS11 universe video where it's like a 20-30 minute video explaining big things like title changes and feuds that happened in that year. Like we're not going to do anything else in 1993 with the Rumble that was for the title because that's the year of WrestleMania 8. We're not going to do anything else with that year. We did that WrestleMania. You're pretty much never going to see any shows other than Mania from that time frame.
Something feels different in the Superdome. Just in the past few minutes, something has changed. I think the WWE fans obviously back the order, and they obviously understand they may be starting to get under the skin with them as well. Still both men feeling each other out.
Obviously, like we did Mania 25. That's what everyone wanted to see. They wanted to see John Cena and Jeff Hardy, and I can't blame them. I feel like that's a match a lot of people really wanted to see. And obviously, when I announced that, that was the most interesting of the 4 shows. But I don't know what Mania I want to do next. I feel like 30 maybe might be what I want to do next. Just get another one of those big anniversary shows out of the way, or big milestone shows out of the way. Because then at that point, we'll have done 20, 25, and 30. 35 is kind of like 35 is kind of that one that I want to save for a little while longer because that's the show that's the final show before the series started. That's the bridge. That's the show that like that's the show that fixes a lot of things. Maybe Nathan. I'm just, I don't want to do any new generation era stuff right now. I want to stick with stuff I know. I talked about maybe doing something from the Attitude Era. Attitude Era is something I've talked about doing. Like I teased it in the Discord this week. Wonder what your take on the new Daniel Bryan would have been. That's 2018 into 2019, so it very well could happen. $15. Maybe. 15 would have been $19.99. 1999. That's not Shawn and Austin. That's 14. Is Mania 15? Is that Rock Austin 1? Is that what I'm thinking? Yeah. Yeah, that's Rock Austin 1. Because Rock Austin 2 is X7, and then Rock Austin 3 is Mania 23 in 2000, or is in 2003. What about WrestleMania 2000? Only one singles match. I gotta prepare myself. To fix a bad Mania is like that's just something where it's like I gotta psych myself up for it. I'm not ready to do WrestleMania 2000. I'm just not. I want to do 30 because like I started building the 30. You know, I did the Rumble, I did TLC. Oh, what a counter! That was just a smooth RKO counter. I fixed 25. Yeah, and I'm going to need a little while before I'm ready to fix another bad one. Come on, Gunther. That RKO counter was smooth. Gunther's taunting too much. He's going to get beat. It's going to be one of those things where Randy's just going to get that one lucky RKO, isn't he? Sensing when Drew returns, he'll be frustrated with losing to Ilya. Well, it's not even that he's gone. It's not like he's got to return. It's just he wasn't on SmackDown this week. Not everyone makes it on the show every week. When was the last time we saw Grado? I don't know. There's a lot of people on the TNA roster that I've just kind of not taken off of it yet, more or less. Grado's one of them. Just because I don't really have intention on using those people much longer. Well, you might see Grado pop up on the indies. Gunther's letting his ego cost him. It's what cost him to Sammy. Yeah, I feel like that could be a good story beat for Gunther as well. It's just he gets too full of himself. But yeah, I think WrestleMania 30 will probably be the next Retro Mania I do. I'm going to do some non-manias soon as well. I'm going to do some SummerSlams. I'm going to do some Survivor Series, stuff like that. There's stuff I want to do. I want to do some non-WWE, obviously. I want to do some TNA. I don't know about Ring of Honor. I'm not really interested in doing that anytime soon.
Still in disbelief it happened. It's against my instinct at this point to not refer to Gunther as the champion, as the Intercontinental champion. But I think maybe losing the title made Gunther hungrier than he's ever been before. You may be right. One of the all-time greats. Randy Orton is experiencing that firsthand in the ring right now. Piper's own suplex, Gunther able to walk his way out.
It's not even that this is a bad match. It's just slowed down a little bit. We want to see your version of Survivor Series 2014, Team Cena, the Authority, the epitome of a one-match show. Oh, God, that was a one-match show for sure. God, that was a one-match show, wasn't it? It's an interesting one, especially with the fact that like we never combined the world titles. Cyber Sunday 2 still on the cards. Not this season, but in season 6 maybe. It'll be a little easier now that we're not doing predictions anymore. Here's an idea of that. Dean Ambrose on Team WWE and Bray on Team Authority. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to think on that. I gotta talk to Ray. That's certainly a show I'm interested in doing. Randy No Bumps Orton has taken so many bumps in this match. Hell yeah. It's been a fun match, though. It's been a very fun match. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, Survivor Series 2014 could be fun. I'd want to do more through 2014 first. I want to kind of just tell the story of 2014 a little bit first. And that's one of those years where I wouldn't mind doing like some of the B level pay-per-views. Like I want to do the Shield Evolution match at Payback, for example. Like I love that match. I really enjoyed that match. And then figuring out the dual world title situation. You know, that's a tough one. He's going up. Are we about to enter the era of the King General? Der King General. Got a question. People who would have made great Money in the Bank holders. There's a lot of years where like I feel like the wrong person. RKO. There's a lot of years where I feel like the wrong person won it. Rusev is who, like 2015 when they put it on Sheamus. If Rusev hadn't been injured, I would have loved to have seen him get it. Kevin Owens during his heel run. Oh, that was brilliant. Just Randy desperately saying no when Gunther definitely no when Gunther rolled away. That was brilliant. But yeah, Rusev in 2015. Oh, hell, let's just look through the years. Last year we had Io and Priest. I think that was the right choice. People might argue with me on Priest, but I think it was the right choice. Previous year, 2022, we had Theory for some reason and Liv, who cashed in on the same night because that's all what every woman does before this past year, other than Carmella. Theory should not have won. Bray would have been interesting. Oh, Bray would have been so interesting. Austin Theory should not have been Money in the Bank winner in 2022. Should not have been him. By absolutely no fucking means should it have been him. Sami Zayn is who should have won it in 2022. Or Seth. Sami Zayn or Seth Rollins. One of those two. Yeah. And then on the women's side, Liv was fine. She just would have wished there was more time before cash in. 2021, it was Nikki Cross or Nikki ASH and Big E. I think that was the right choices. Finn Balor should have won King of the Ring in 2022. They did it in 2022 just to give Woods his childhood dream, and I'm fine with that. I'm personally fine with that. They did it to do something nice, which in that era under the old bastard was not something that normally happened. So I'm okay with them just doing something to be nice to someone, personally. Let's see. 2021 was Nikki ASH and Big E. I think those were the right choices on both sides. I just think the Nikki ASH character had a lot more potential than they were willing to give her. And then 2020, it was Otis and Asuka. Asuka was the right choice unless you wanted to do Shayna. Otis was the wrong choice every day of the week. Asuka was fine. I would have preferred Shayna. They're stalling so much that I'm really feeling like Orton's just going to get that one lucky RKO. Because Randy's not going to tap. I'll tell you that here and now. I mean, I could very well be wrong. I'd be okay with being wrong. But I don't see Randy Orton tapping out. But anyways, 2019, ooh, yeah, 2020 should have been AJ Styles, but 2019 should not have been who it was. Should have been either Andrade or Mustafa Ali. Bailey winning it was fine. 2018, that was the year that Braun and Alexa Bliss won. I think that was fine. I think Braun's run with the briefcase could have been handled better. Braun should have just won the belt instead of even needing a briefcase, though. I'm just saying. Otherwise, I would have put it on Bobby Roode, as we know from my How I Would Have Booked Bobby Roode video. Yeah, I agree with Pierre on that one. And then yeah, oh no, they were so over in 2019 or 2018. I agree with you on that one, Hanzo. However, I don't think Braun needed the briefcase, is what I'm saying. I feel like Braun should have just beat Brock for the belt. Like, their insistence on Roman versus Brock and Roman beating Brock was so ridiculous. It was like, if you just done it at Mania 34 and called it quits there, Braun could have just beat. There's the RKO. Shit, Gunther kicked out. So that's how the range should have been longer. Orton's shoulder was so up. But Gunther winning, I'm okay with. But like, okay. Like, I'm not the only one that saw Orton's other shoulder up, right? That was a hell of a match, one way or the other. But Randy sold the hell out of that for Gunther too. Yeah, he kicked out. That was weird. He might have just done it on accident, maybe. Gunther may not have been able to roll him all the way through. I don't know. It happens, you know. But anyway, yeah, no, 2018. I feel like you could have had anyone else win the briefcase, and Braun could have just beat Roman for the belt if they put the belt on Roman fucking 6 months earlier instead of feeling the need to even tease that we could get Bobby versus Brock at SummerSlam. 2017, that was Carmella and Baron Corbin. I think those were the right choices. I wish Corbin would have like actually won the belt, even if it was only for like a week. Oh well, the King General I'm here for. Oh, I love that he's not putting the damn crown on his head. I love that he's just holding it like a trophy. I love that he's just holding it up like it's a trophy, not treating it like a damn gimmick. King Gunther, baby. He's going to be the world champion. I'm excited. But yeah, 2017, that was Corbin, Carmella. I just wish Corbin would have won his cash in. 2016 was Ambrose. That was perfect. 15 was Sheamus. Should have been Rusev if he wasn't injured. But with Rusev being injured, I'm gonna say Bray should have won it that year. 2014, it was Seth. Perfect. 13, it was Randy and Sandow. Sandow would have been perfect. Randy, I feel like it should have just been someone else. Now, I think Randy winning in 2013 worked, actually, because it led to the Daniel Bryan stuff. If that had been the plan all along, it would have been better. The Heat. 2012, that was 2012 was Cena winning, right? Cena and Dolph, I think that was fine. You had to have someone be the first person to not win their cash in, and Cena was the only person that wouldn't be damaged by it. 2011, that was Del Rio and Daniel Bryan. Bryan was the right choice, but anything to do with Alberto Del Rio is the wrong choice unless it's him being erased from history. 2010 was Miz and Kane. I think that was fine. 2009 was CM Punk. That was perfect because I had the Jeff Hardy feud. 2008 was also CM Punk, if I remember correctly, which again I think was the right choice. 2007 was Mr. Kennedy, but went to Edge after Kennedy had a minor injury. I think it was fine, and Edge was the right choice in 2006. So there you go. I did all that off the top of my head, by the way. Didn't like you saw. I didn't have to look it up on a wiki or anything. I just knew all the Money in the Bank winners. Oh, what a nice Roman Reigns Persona card. Would be a shame if someone modded it to already be available on his game. Ironically, that year in 2008 was supposed to be Jeff Hardy. Real? Oh, yeah, it was. And then Jeff had a wellness policy problem, I think. That's right. So we got Crown Jewel coming later this year, it seems. Crown Jewel in November. All right. Should be fine. That's shouldn't be a conflict with anything for me on that one. Should actually be home for that one. Could have been a great Money in the Bank holder. Oh, I agree. 100% agree. All right, Cody and Logan is coming up. Are we going to get out here in like a nice, cool 3 hours counting the kickoff? Between matches, I'm going to go refill my water real quick, just because I have been sitting here just the whole time, and my water is empty at this point, so I do need a drink.
Incredible night so far. But congratulations to our new women's world champion, Liv Morgan, to our new Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax.
Okay, I'm back.
King of the Ring just now, the ring general, Zander. But for big announcements, earlier today, our medical staff cleared Drew McIntyre to step back into the ring.
Well, Drew is cleared.
And true to his word, Damian Priest agreed to defend the World Heavyweight Championship against him. So I am making that match official right now. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, June 15th.
Oh, heck yeah.
From Glasgow, Scotland.
Drew and Priest in Scotland. So my assumption, okay, here's where I assume this is going. I assume Drew wins, blows the kiss to CM Punk. Punk costs Drew at SummerSlam to Gunther. That's what I'm thinking. Hey, WWE, you should maybe inquire when a certain Scottish hero's contract is up with TNA. I'm just saying. I don't think it happens. I'm just saying. If Joe Hendry shows up at Clash at the Castle, he won't. If Joe Hendry shows up at Clash at the Castle, he won't. If he does, though, I will pop the fuck off.
Continues his Wrestle Team loyalty at WWE will battle each other in the question of pounding smart and toss. The reigning undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, goes head-to-head against that man. He's the United States champion, the Maverick, Logan Paul. Logan and Cody.
We're gonna get the video package, then it's match time. 3:13 currently. Hoping we're out of here by 3:45. Gives me time to pack up, say goodbye to my grandparents, show my granddad something he needed some help with, go get some food. So I'm running off of a breakfast burrito, and that's it.
The king and queen of the ring in a champion versus champion match. I'm not gonna call you a podcaster an outsider. I'm not gonna pretend that this is a bad for you. I've actually gotten a sense of who Logan Paul really is. You are disrespectful, self-centered, delusional. You cannot go a single match without grabbing those brass knucks. You're making viral memories, and I think it is time to drop that United States Championship. Not what I agreed to. I agreed to wrestle Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship only. Cody Rhodes has not done anything to deserve a shot at my United
feel like-
States Championship. I have proven.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. I don't want to say it. Oh, I don't want to say it. I don't even want to manifest it. But guys, I think Logan Paul might win Money in the Bank this year. I don't want to say it. I don't want to manifest it. I think that might be who they put it on. There's a lot of people who it could be. There are a lot of people it could be. I think it could be Logan Paul. I think Solo would be a great choice. I think Mello could be a good choice. I think LA Knight's a good choice. Could see A-Town Down Under getting involved. Well, that's the thing with A-Town Down Under and Logan Paul. It's like we all always associate them with being like interconnected to one another, but it's like we saw them get involved in the Randy Orton or in the Kevin Owens Logan Paul match at SummerSlam, or not SummerSlam, at the Royal Rumble, and then no, they were also there. They were also kind of as cronies heading into WrestleMania, but we don't see them get involved in like title defenses too often. But I think that'll be fun.
Until you stop treating this part-time, until you dedicate your heart and soul, until you respect the ring that we are standing in, you will never, and I mean never, be on my level. You will never be undisputed.
Imagine Logan just wins. Logan just beats Cody. I'm not ready for that possibility. Piper, Niven, and Bailey. Oh, there's LA Knight. Said before, but Logan Paul, Austin Grayson, and Pretty Deadly in one giant obnoxious faction. God.
Please welcome your special guest ring announcer, Saudi Arabian's own Ibrahim Al-Hassad.
Man, why is Logan Paul the only person that gets an actual like cool entrance video that isn't just background image? looping background.mov with superstar name.png over it. Imagine Logan just wins clean. I don't know what I would do. I don't know. I'd probably break down into a hysterical fit of laughter. So you proud of Liv? I feel nothing, JT. I feel nothing. She won. Good for her. Really don't feel anything towards that, though. Don't really have any other opinions other than, yeah, she won. Okay. Michael Cole with the brass knucks. Oh no, Michael Cole's gonna finish the story. Damn, no, nah, not really. Does Wyatt Six show up at the Disposal title for title? I'd be pretty confident they'd show up. I don't know. We got a QR code though, so I'm curious what the QR code was. Okay, so what it was it was. Here, I'll just let you all hear it. This is what the QR code led to today. Connecting. Welcome.
I love this game.
Clip of someone playing 2K24, Bailey versus Bianca. Sorry, GT. Assume there's a jump scare coming. Connection lost. Yep, and there was another Uncle Howdy jump scare at the end. I assume it's happening. But I think June 15th, the date of Clash at the Castle, is also like a certain anniversary of something with Bray. So they might just wait 3 more weeks, but at this point I'm just kind of like, just hurry it up already. I do like Cody's jacket tonight. I think that's a really cool jacket. If someone puts out a mod for that, I'll probably have him wear that at WrestleMania. Cody and Logan's going to be a fun match. We may not get out of here before 3:45 just because the entrances have taken so long. It's taken us 20 minutes just to get to this point. Like with all the video packages and stuff.
And it is for the undisputed WWE Championship tonight.
Honestly, I think Wyatt Six's first feud should be Jay, given the Eater of Worlds, which would be really ironic given how the Wyatt Six's last appearance in LS11 was in a feud with Jay. Don't worry, they've only vanished temporarily. I did have them vanish on purpose though, and that was because the teases in real life started, and I wanted to make sure I could pivot if I needed to. They've taken the word universal out of there. But yeah, I think a Wyatt Six versus Jay feud would be fun. Hoping it's a bad few weeks for the Paul family. Logan going to lose here. Jay, I mean, I'd say it's going to be a bad few weeks. But man, Jake Paul is a lucky guy. In a couple weeks here, he gets to meet two boxing legends in one day. He's going to get to meet Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali in the same night. Let that sink in for a minute. Mike Tyson's going to fucking kill him, is what I'm saying. I don't watch boxing. I want to watch Mike Tyson kill Jake Paul in Minecraft. Thank you, Pierre. Thank you. I mean, Logan as Cody's challenger in Saudi is honestly just the perfect Saudi match for Cody. Also, guys, we are 3 weeks away from the return of the boys. 3 weeks, right? It's on the 16th, right? It's like 616 is there. Imagine losing a boxing match to someone in the contract that says they can't knock you out automatically. I gotta double check, but I'm pretty sure the boys season 4, 13th. Oh, we are so close. Oh, we are so close to the boys season 4. I am so damn excited, man. Like that is 1, 2, 3 weeks away. That is 3 weeks from this past Thursday. Oh, it's so close. Oh, I'm so excited, man. So excited. I still need to watch Gen V though. So their tweet posted on the Discord, top notch. Oh my God. So for those that didn't see it, because you're not on the Discord, the boys, the main team in the boys that Homelander leads is called the 7. That's what the 6 is based off of. The fucking boys Twitter account. The 7, that's what we based the 6 off of. The fucking Twitter account of the boys tweets out a picture of the lineup for the 7 coming into season 4. Homelander, Black Noir 2, the Deep, A-Train, and the 2 new girls whose names I can't remember right now. And they tweet out, the 7 is back in 3 weeks, or is it the 6? Can never get the number fucking right. It's like, you motherfuckers. I know they don't know. However, those motherfuckers. Someone tweeted out in response, shit, I haven't finished season 3 yet, but now I know Black Noir lives. Now, I'm not saying... Wait, hold on. I think I have the clip. I think I've got the clip here. I haven't had the clip in a while. JT, I think I've got it.
Now, I'm not saying you owe me royalties for this clearly incredibly amazing idea that I came up with and you stole from me. I'm just saying maybe there should be a check in the mail first of every month. Yeah, I guess that's royalties. I guess that's what I'm asking for.
I hope that worked. StreamYard's being a little weird. That looks like it didn't really work that well. So, no, I'm not saying you royalties for this clearly incredibly amazing idea that I came up with and you stole from me. I'm just saying that maybe there should be a check in the mail first of every month. Yeah, that's royalties. I guess that's what I'm asking for. Just in case it didn't work. I couldn't tell if it did or not. The LS11-6 have been the 5 more than they've been the 6. The boys 7 has been the 6 more than they've been the 7. So that's kind of the point, though. Is it's like they can never keep their fucking number. Like, I mean, I think about it. Season 1 of the boys, they start as just 6 of them because they're waiting for Starlight to join. Starlight joins, fucking Translucent dies almost immediately. Oh, spoilers for the boys if you haven't watched the last 3 seasons. I'm talking about it pretty in depth here. So then they become 6, right? And they spend all of season 1 without another member. And then going into season 2, Stormfront joins, bringing him back to 7. But then the Deep gets sent away to Cleveland. So there's still 6. By the end of season 2, Stormfront's gone, so they're the 5. It's, but the Deep isn't back yet. And A-Train's gone, so they're 4 in season 2. A-Train rejoins at the end of season 2, and then they start season 3 adding Supersonic and the Deep back to the team. Supersonic's dead almost immediately, and so then they're down to 6. And then Starlight quits, Maeve quote-unquote dies, and Noir dies. And so they're down to 3. They're doing apparently there's a fake Black Noir, and now there's the 2 new chicks whose names just have slipped my mind at the moment, but I'm sure I will learn their names very quickly. Although speaking of like the boys at Homelander, I'm very excited for you guys to see what I'm cooking up with ARW pretty soon. Oh, we're gonna get like a Cody cutter off the top. Oh man, that's probably Cody's coldest line. Is if you don't take this bat and beat your fucking brains in, I'll go in there and do it for you. That was Cody's coldest line in LS11 history. And I think Codelander finally topped it last week when he said, if Nick Aldis doesn't come out to that ring, I'm going to rip his arms off and beat him to death with them. But yeah, Cody getting to just be the guy voicing Cody in the evil Cody phase was just incredibly fun, and Ray having the pressure of being the first person to do a face Cody promo in LS11 was really interesting. The Cody Sammy feud was oh man, I loved the Cody and Sammy feud. I don't remember if this line ever made it on TV, but there was a point in time where Sammy was who we were talking about having beat Cody. And I actually had to talk Ray out of it. I actually had to talk Ray out of Sami Zayn beating Cody because Ray got cold feet on Drew towards SummerSlam. And Ray was talking about Ray was pushing for Sami Zayn is the only person more like Cody's dad than Cody himself. It was like, Ray, if we had Drew lose at WrestleMania, set up that he was coming for Cody at SummerSlam just to put the belt on Sami instead, people are going to turn on us. Like, people are going to turn on it. And fortunately, I was able to convince Ray that Sami being the one to beat Cody was not the right choice. Oh, we're seeing a little bit of Code Lander here. And there's the brass knucks. Michael, Logan signed a pre-knuck. Oh my God, Michael Cole's gonna finish the story. Are they gonna do fucking Michael Cole versus Logan Paul? Okay. Hear me out. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee versus Logan Paul and and KSI. Book it, Hunter, you coward. Michael Cole beats Logan Paul for the U.S. title. Book it, Hunter. Book it, Paul. Oh my God. Little did I know coming out of this, what I wanted more than anything was Logan Paul versus Michael Cole. Coal miners, throw them up. Throw up the ones for Michael Cole. Coal miners rise. You had me at Pat McAfee versus Logan Paul. Exactly. I'm a genius. Man. I make myself laugh way too hard with things like that. I Show Speed and Logan versus Cole and Pat. I cannot stand I Show Speed. He seems like he's very, very obnoxious in the worst ways possible. Logan's going to get him off.
it hard. Logan wisely again attacking the body. On this Wiley that time. Cody now. Second rope cut.
God, I love the Cody Cutter. My God, I love the Cody Cutter, man. Oh my God, is Logan gonna take a vertebreaker? Oh shit, Logan hit the crossroads. All right.
WWE champion, middle limit here tonight. He's got Cody in trouble. He's got Cody on the ropes, and Logan Paul could be going for the ultimate. But look for the splash, and he has to leapfrog through.
Here we go.
Cody, though, able to duck underneath, and now Cody turns it around. That twisted vertical suplex somewhere before. Maybe it's something in the family tree. The American Nightmare is firing up inside the Superdome. Cody now back to his feet. Cody finished the job. This'll do it. Looking for crossroads on Logan Paul. Turns it around.
That's a good counter from Logan.
Founded by Logan. And again, back to the Archer Lips in this section of the champion.
I guess we're still going. I thought we were getting close to the end.
Cody's hurting. Cody is hurting to your point earlier. He's right in front of us, bleeding out. Breathing to his mouth. Cody had a really tough time right now. And Logan needs to continue this onslaught. But get Rhodes back inside the ring. If Logan doesn't, that Cody come undisputed too. Now bouncing out. Cody face first off the air of the announce table. Sending Cody back into the ring. Now Logan knows he's got hitters of Big Cody. Count out disqualifications do nothing for Logan Paul.
Cole just being like, ah, hell, here we go. Yeah, I guess we gotta have our, we gotta have our viral Logan spot, Oh, you motherfucker. The Logan Paul Levesque era as he tries to do a damn pedigree. What the? Cody, what the hell? That was insane. Can't say I was ready for that. Cody telling the ref not to count Logan. Cody, bud, you could have just gone and broken the count instead. I feel like the ref just needs to stop trying to count because he knows one of these fuckers is going to get back in the ring. Cody having to sell Logan Paul's one lucky punch is killing me, man. Oh, he's got another flavor of Prime. I refuse to drink Prime. It just sounds disgusting. It's just overpriced flavored water. Excuse me. Like, if I wanted flavored water, I'd buy one of those, like, water flavor packets for, like, 20 cents and put it in my water bottle. Yeah, I didn't think I was missing much. Did not think I was missing much. It would take a lot to get me to try it, is what I will say. By the way, speaking of take a lot, someone asked me one day how much it would take for me to shave my beard, and I have a number. I talked about it the other day, but we have more people here now. If we ever get a $500 donation, I will shave my beard off on stream. I can't do it today. Like, if by some miracle, like, someone was watching today and was like, I want to see Zander shave his beard. I couldn't do it today because I don't have a razor, but I would do a special stream to shave it off. Yeah, so there is a price to get me to shave my beard. Not worth it unless you buy it from the dollar store. Understandable. Wife is sending me a bunch of stuff. But yeah, no. And for those that are going to ask the follow-up question, there is not a dollar amount. There is not a dollar amount that could make me shave my head. Oh, there's the vertebreaker. Logan's not about to win, is he? Jesus. Right in the family jewels. So, once again, how much to make me delete 2K? There ain't a price. Well, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Because here's the thing. There's nothing in the agreement that doesn't say I can't just immediately re-download it. But yeah, once again, celebrity/guest involvement leads to the finish. Not sure how I feel about that. I don't know. To make me delete it where I would then have to reinstall it. Oh no. $100 for my time. All right, that it. Coming up on 4 o'clock. No Wyatt 6. I feel like our guest ring announcer came into play is not a sentence that should ever be said at the end of a WWE Championship match. That's just me, though. I'll stay until the show goes off the air. Because, you know, when we said that with Bray Wyatt's return, we said that with CM Punk. Quite famously, I said, we'll just wait for the copyright logo, wait for it to fade to black, and we will wait for the press conference to start. We will call it a night. Shh. Whoa, what the fuck? Phil, quite famously. It's like one of the, I wish that I'd gotten that to work as a short, because that would probably be one of the most viewed things I've ever posted. I accidentally just exported it the wrong way, though, was the issue. So that's why I didn't export as a short, even though it should have. And at that point, I couldn't figure it out, and so I just deleted it. I'm sure the live crowd likes the guy getting involved. Apparently, he's famous in Saudi. These shows are kind of like, I'd say they're glorified house shows. They're not. They have elements of a glorified house show, though. Also, it was a Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes match. It was kind of a throwaway thing. All right, Cole's doing the sign-off. It's 3:52. Technically, they have 8 more minutes if they want it. I think we're probably, given we got a QR code, I don't think we're getting it tonight. Oh, Cody wants. Mike? Nope, we're good. All right, we're clear. We are clear. So we will probably get Uncle Howdy at Clash at the Castle, which I will say kind of annoyingly means we got 3 more weeks of the damn QR codes. I'm personally getting a little sick of the QR codes. That's just me, though. All right, cool. I'm going to end the stream there because I got stuff to do. I got to help my grandparents, and then I got to go to my family, go to my dad's and everything, and I got to call explain to my mom why I haven't gone to see her, and I'm in town because I'm literally leaving town in like an hour and a half. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'm not even here for 24 hours. I'm leaving at like 6:37. All right, cool. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow for Fastlane and maybe a live stream on Zander Live. We'll see. Bye. Gotta go.